How do you build better villages in Lego Fortnite Odyssey? If you're anything like me, your map is littered with old, random level 2 villages strewn around your world with no rhyme or reason, seemingly waiting in eternity for a player that isn't coming back. No more wasting time using bus stations every time you need that one resource, and no more boring spawn locations for new players. Trust me, I'm guilty of that one for sure. Stick with me through these 10 tips and tricks on improving your village, and I promise you, you'll be city building in no time. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Chaos Terminal. For Chaos class today, we're going over my 10 tips to upgrade your villages and why you need a super village in your next or current world. Whether you struggle making villages that balance utility and beauty, or just are looking for a new thing to do in your Lego world, these tips are for you. Lego Fortnite is constantly updating, so be sure you're subscribed to the Chaos Terminal so you don't miss any of our tips, tricks, or build videos. Tip number 1. What to consider when placing a village square. Location, location, location. You always would like one at your spawn point, which should give you a grasslands biome. You also need a minimum of 1 desert valley, 1 frostlands, and 1 lost isles. These 4 villages give you the necessary prefabs and unlocks just by leveling them each up to 10. Besides those 4, you may also want a shore, jungle, and mountain base, bringing your new total up to 7. Now, the Lost Isles, jungle, shore, and mountain can all be done in one location. We'll come back to those at a later video. For now, let's just start with our original 3, grasslands, frostlands, and dry valley, plus any additional villages that we place to increase villager spawn and decrease enemy spawn. Depending on your map, you may luck out with all 3 biomes and subsequent villages near each other, but if not, the next tips are for you. Tip number 2. Use the edges of your village bounds to increase size without hitting the build limit. Always consider that you play this game from the ground most of the time, which gives you a very specific viewpoint on your villages. Use heights, view lines, open spaces, and walls to direct the experience you and your friends will get to enjoy. Maybe even look up different park or zoo layouts to see how paths, visibility, building utility, and space usage can make or break how cool your village looks. One YouTube channel that I draw a lot of inspiration from is Evolution Square, with their Jurassic Park building videos. How might tips from other games help you play this game better? Link in the description. Don't feel the need to connect all the separate buildings with bricks either. You can place your own paths with the prefab trick, or utilize the naturally occurring path as a blueprint for your village, and structure buildings around it. One bonus trick: while designing your village, follow these paths to see where they lead. Many points of interest spawn near paths, and they tend to connect biomes as well, giving you a natural design to a multi-village setup. Tip number 3 is mostly for if you're starting a new world, but it can be applied to old worlds as well. Consider building an early game super village to get started. This radical concept connects your spawn point to both necessary early game biomes, as well as optionally connecting to event spawns like the Storm Chaser base. A super village connects 5 or more village squares placed in such a way as to maximize utility, build resource wealth, and keep enemies at bay until needed. The simplest way to build a super village is to die without a bed. You'll wake up at your spawn point, where you'll place 1 village square. Consider this your welcome center, or central craft station. Add 4 more villages directly north, east, south, and west for lumber, stone, fabric, and animals/gardening. Hoard as much wealth respective to those villages, wooden rods at lumber for example, until you have enough resources to build. From there, extend outwards towards each biome with unleveled villages every 150 meters. This will keep enemies at bay and give you maximum chance at finding the villagers you want. Bonus trick again, look for event spawn villages like the Trace base, Storm Chaser base, Haven base, or anything that might spawn in the future. Consider these partially completed bases to help you save on resource gathering. Tip number 4. When placing lots of villages in a small area, keep in mind the distance between your villages should be around 150 meters, and that your village marker colors should be something you can keep track of. Your compass will get crowded, so rely on signs, natural paths, and lighting to direct you and players between necessary villages. You can use bus stations if you want to, but I don't like to and will instead use jump pads placed in such a way as to direct you between villages quickly. A jump pad placed on an angled build is the most efficient and fun way to travel, and a jump pad highway is a flex for sure. Tip number 5 addresses prefabs versus custom builds, and to that I say, why not both? Utilize pieces to build out your prefabs in new ways, like adding porches or walkways to existing foundations. One trick I use all the time is to begin a prefab and then cancel the build at a certain point. From there, you can finish the build however you like. I also highly recommend replacing the prefab foundations with foundation designs of your own. Just be careful to replace as you go, or your whole building might fall and break. Whatever building designs you go with, ensure that the crafting benches and beds are just inside the village, allowing the building to extend outwards. Like we mentioned in point 2, having extra space within the village by pushing out your builds not only makes the village look more realistic, but can help lower build limits as you continue increasing the complexity of your worlds. With this setup, no one area has too many builds, and all builds are at least 100 meters away from each other. Tip number 6, already in the post-game? Turn your super village into a city around your spawn point so that new players can join and get started right away. All of your old discarded villages, tear them down and bring the villagers and resources to spawn. When building a city, keep build limit in the back of your mind at all times. Prioritize putting necessary equipment in the spawn village and keeping decorations and extra crafting benches to a minimum. By controlling the location and number of crafting benches within the city, you can dictate where and when your villagers move around. A bed in the furthest away corner from a single grill in the opposite corner forces your villagers to walk the span of the entire village 2 to 3 times a day. This tip is especially useful for expert mode players who want to help other players unlock trophies. The only difference between a super village and a city is in function. A super village is strategically set up to connect biomes with different craft-specific workstations, whereas a city is a display of wealth and build prowess. A city can replace a super village, but should be built with the intent of helping new players get late-game resources, rather than built to help early-game players grind. For example, a super village might have a village dedicated to making silk fabric and other resources, but a city should just have a glider shop, with pre-made gliders in chests. The platonic ideal of the city should replace an original super village, but a new super village should be placed around the perimeter of the city, effectively extending the city out even further. Tip number 7. Possible pro tip to help increase activity within your village. Look around your map for NPC spawns, either friendly or enemy spawns, and locate the campfire. For a friendly spawn, you have 2 choices. Leave them be and come back to see later if you find a villager that you want, or ask them to adventure with you and watch their campfire go out. Once that happens, break it and place a village square exactly where it used to be. Sometimes when you do this, the campfire will respawn within your new village and summon NPCs to you. With some of the NPCs, you won't be able to interact with them, like some of the banana guys and some of the rebel troopers, but they'll still hang out with you, and I think that's neat. Tip number 8. If you still struggle with build limit, but you do want to make the coolest village designs possible, plan on utilizing the natural landscaping as much as you can. These natural farms provide a ton of visual interest and resources while requiring absolutely no build parts. slap down some compost bins and garden plots, along with either the Anarchy Acres build or a custom design of your own with free parts, and you are set with between 1/5 to 1/32 of your super village completed. My bonus trick here is to never break down the existing structures in your world. Always build up when you can. How might you maintain the original broken building while still building what you want? Replace some broken parts with new ones and turn the remains into a renovation. The docks are very easy to restore for fishing, but the yellow houses are also easy to build up into a shed or small home. Tip number 9. How to get all of the villagers at the villages that you want. So here we have my Durburger set up on my original survival world, and I have Peely, Fish Stick, Tomato Head, and Beef Boss all in the same location. What I did was I utilized the potentially dozens of extra villages that I had placed before and waited. Patience is a virtue. I waited until each villager that I wanted showed up, asked them to come on an adventure with me, destroyed their original village spawn completely, built a new one, and moved them to that Durburger location or whatever village that you might be moving them to. Tip number 10 is for all the players who are hesitant to make vehicles. Whether you're scared they're going to break on you, or you're tired of remaking them, or tired of the glitches, with a super village and all of these locations so close to each other, you're not going to want the bus station every time you and up to 7 other friends are doing things. Leave vehicles scattered around. They don't all have to be perfect, but they're fun to use, and it gives you a reason to come back every time and make something new. Alright, and that brings us to the second half of Chaos class today. You learned a bunch about building your own villages, leveling up a super village, and how you might progress towards making a city. But that very last tip suggested doing vehicles. Now, I wasn't going to just tell you to go and make some vehicles without giving you a speed build. Your homework for class today is to build yourself a custom version of this double-decker battle bus that I came up with here. Now, the design I came up with was honestly real simple. It was just I just started putting pieces together and rolled with it. But I've got enough here captured in the speed build that you should be able to follow along and make yourself a custom version. If you would like to see your custom double-decker battle bus featured here at the Chaos Terminal, you can share it in our Discord, link in the description below, or post a video of your own and tag us, and we'll be sure to come by and check it out. On that note, I am going to leave you with the speed build here. I will see you at the end of the video. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the video today. It is our first episode of Chaos Class, and I am just glad to have you all with us. Again, if you manage to make your own version of the double-decker battle bus, send it to us in Discord. We'll get it featured in the next video. If you haven't yet, leave us a like on today's video and go ahead and subscribe to the Chaos Terminal. We have Lego Fortnite coming every week, and we also make mermaid and other art footage too, so you're gonna want to be here, you're not gonna want to miss it. Thanks again so much for watching, and you have a good rest of your day.
Bye.